Denies he said he was willing to lead party to lynch Frank. The Atlanta Constitution, Wednesday, the 20th of August, 1913. Page 3. George Kendley, a streetcar motorman, was put on the stand after M.F. McCoy, and on cross-examination, Attorney Rosser tried to draw from him the statements that he had vilified Leo Frank to such an extent that he had made himself a nuisance to passengers on his car, and that he had repeatedly said he would be willing to head a party to lynch Frank. Kendley was put up by the state and swore that he saw Mary Phagan on Forsyth Street near the bridge, and that she was on her way to the factory. He said it was a few minutes after noon, but that he could not be positive. Ha was subjected to a grilling oven more severe than given in McCoy. After he had testified to seeing the girl, he was turned over to the tender mercies of Mr. Rosser, grilled by Rosser. "What time did you go to work that day?" was the first question asked him. "At 4:45 that morning." "What time did you get off?" "At 11:40. "Where were you relieved?" "At the Constitution Building." "Were you off duty at the time you say you saw Mary Phagan?" "I was." "Why didn't you tell all this at the inquest?" "I was not called upon." "Did you tell it to anybody?" "Yes, a number of people." "Name some of them, name just one." "Well, I told it to James Means." "Haven't you made yourself a perfect nuisance on the cars by vilifying this man, Frank?" said Mr. Rosser, pointing to the defendant. "And haven't you gone so far and talked so much that passengers have had to complain to the officials of the company?" "No, that's not true," said the motorman. Defense wins a point. Solicitor Dorsey came to the rescue of his witness, and a bitter row ensued between the state and the defense. Judge Roan allowed the defense to go ahead. "You went around telling people that Frank was guilty, and you knew it because his children had told your children, didn't you?" shouted Attorney Rosser at the witness. Motorman Kendley laughed and answered that he'd done no such thing. "Didn't you say before T.Y. Brent, standing right here before you, and before Miss Haas, too, that Frank ought to be lynched, and that you would be glad to lead the lynching party?" "Your Honor, I submit there's nobody in the world who could answer questions as rapidly as Mr. Rosser is firing them," protested Attorney Frank Hooper. "Let the witness have time to answer, Mr. Rosser," said the judge. "Did not you say you'd be willing to lead a party to lynch Frank?" asked Mr. Rosser. "No, must definite." "Your Honor, I ask, is it right to allow the defense to make all these insinuations before the jury and not give the time and place they are alleged to have occurred?" protested Mr. Dorsey. "They must be definite," stated the judge. "Well, didn't you say in the presence of a Miss Haas that you would be glad to lead a party to lynch Frank?" "I certainly did not." After several more questions, the witness was excused.